Action!
Hello and welcome to Chicago Reacts. My name is Colin, and today I'm watching Coins/Blue Falcon Campfire Stories. And this is from mikeburnfire. And this is from a video game of some kind. I don't know what part of the title of this video is the game itself. Is it Blue Falcon? Is that it? Campfire Stories? I'm guessing Campfire Stories is part of maybe a series that mikeburnfire is doing. So I'm going to go with Blue Falcon as the name of the game that I'm not familiar with. So yeah. So I guess we'll be learning a few things in this one, just to who mikeburnfire is, because I don't think I've seen any of his videos before, and what this game's all about. A new one. So I guess that being said, without further ado, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll put this into full screen, bring the share screen up, and let's get into it.
Are you familiar with the concept of coins for the military?
Oh, challenge coins.
Yeah, challenge coins.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the concept of those?
I never went to the bars, so I never challenged or got challenged.
No.
Wait, actually, in the actual military, or is this part of the game?
They're commemorative.
They're commemorative, and sometimes people will get them for different things. Like, someone in our unit got one for helping get a Humvee repaired faster.
Did you ever use them for any purpose? Because there are some Marines who would get a challenge coin and go, oh boy! And the boot would go into a bar and see another Marine, slap down his challenge coin, I challenge you! And the other Marine would say, no. Get out of here, boot. Stop being stupid.
Yeah, only super motivated people in the army do that.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's, Private, what the fuck are you doing?
Here's a new challenge. Get out of my face.
Yeah, here's your challenge. Go away.
Well, what kind of challenges would they I don't know, challenge people to? Drink this jug of antifreeze? I'm guessing not. Is it I don't know, challenging them to drinking games, or a game of pool or something? What kind of challenges are these people in the military offering? What, I don't know, challenging, just laying down a challenge, whatever. Yeah, what are they doing? What do they find as a fun challenge? Can only imagine. Hopefully it's nothing I don't know, extreme. I'm thinking hazing ritual type of weird challenges. I don't know. But I'm curious. If you're in the military, or know someone in the military, and are familiar with this tradition, let me know in the comments. If you know of an actual challenge that was brought forth. I'm struggling on a word to say. You bring a challenge. I don't know, challenge. Whatever. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you know of any of these. Interesting.
Drink this jug of antifreeze. Eat these Tide Pods! I only got 2 coins the entire time I was in the military. One I got from being in everybody in our unit got them. Mm-hmm. It was just the 10th Mountain Division coin. The other one I got, I'm very pleased with myself for. At Fort Polk, there is a unit that is the 509th Airborne Division. And 509th Airborne Division is known because they are OPFOR, which is opposing force. They are the bad guys in Fort Polk.
The badass guys?
No, they're the bad guys. They pretend to be the enemy at Fort Polk.
Oh, they
So
pretend.
if you go to Fort Polk and you're in the Joint Readiness Training Center, JRTC, in the middle of the woods, shooting at a bunch of guys wearing weird olive green uniforms, that is 509th Infantry Battalion. They're airborne qualified. They live and breathe to just piss off the rest of the military. And I absolutely love them.
I wonder how you become a part of the 509th. Yeah, if that's what their job is, how do they recruit for that, or do you volunteer? What is that I'm very interested to know more about the 509th and yeah, how you get involved. I think I'm past the prime of joining the military, or being any kind of use in that respect. But yeah, so I'm not volunteering myself, but I'm curious. I want to learn. Yeah.
They make your life difficult. Why do you like that?
Because they made life difficult for everybody else, not me. Most of the time, the rifles that the M4s or M16s that they have, they rarely actually shoot live ammo through them. Most of the time, they just fire blanks through them. Because that's most of what they're doing, is just pissing off the rest of the army and making battalion commanders rip out their hair and go, "Oh, those bastards!" Because they could just be absolutely infuriating. They have whole trench and tunnel systems dug all over the place in JRTC that they'll just pop up out of nowhere. I was at work one day, and one of the guys from 509th came in. Apparently, they did not have a battalion armor for 509. And he's like, "I have got 500 M4s that I need to get gauged. They have not done weapon gauging on them in a long time. And we actually have a range that we're supposed to be going to coming up. And I need these to get gauged."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, it'll be a pain in the ass, but I mean, I can do it. Sure." So he brought all of his M16. He brought like 3 or 4 shopping carts. I don't know where he got shopping carts from. Brought like 3
little
or 4
shopping
shopping carts down that were just filled with M4s. Some of them were kind of dirty, but it was, it wasn't a big deal. It didn't take me that long to gauge an M4.
So you knocked them out pretty quickly.
So yeah, I knocked it out pretty quickly. It took me like a couple hours, but I got them all done, wrote them all up on paperwork. Like, weapon gauging was done at this point. Such and such ones were found out of spec. Replaced the parts that were found out of spec. Yada yada yada.
So is this like? I mean, the title of the video is Campfire Stories. Is this literally just these guys shooting the shit in this digital campfire like setting? Telling like military stories. If so, like that's totally fine. I just I'm so used to reacting to like actual video game play videos, and we're already like 3 minutes in. Like a third of the way through this video here. So I'm guessing it's just gonna be shooting the shit at the campfire, which is cool. But interesting. Yeah.
Thanks, you helped me out so much. This is great. I needed to get this done, and I didn't have any way to do it. I really appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, man, whatever. So, I helped him out, and it's like, I could have told him to pound sand, and it wouldn't have mattered. He's not affiliated with my unit. He's not affiliated with a unit that I'm supporting in any way.
You didn't have to help him, but
No.
you felt an obligation, because you're a human being.
Well, and he asked nicely.
Oh, there you go.
He was like, "Thanks, man. Next time you're out at JRTC, we'll make sure that you don't, we'll try not to shoot at you." And I said, "Oh no, don't do that. You gotta shoot at me so that I can go to the Burger King that's right down the road from the medical station." So, next day I'm at
What?
work.
It's like, do they get Burger King as like their reward afterwards? If so, that's it's kind of adorable. I'm not gonna lie. Just imagine, just like after a hard day of getting shot at or pretend shot at by the 509th, and just, well, you survived, and as a reward, get yourself a Big Mac. No, that's McDonald's. A Whopper. There you go. A Whopper. Yeah. Hey, let's keep going.
The lieutenant colonel for 509th Infantry Battalion came down to my shop and gave me the 509th Infantry coin.
Nice.
As a way of thanking me on behalf of the 509th Infantry Battalion. I present you with this coin. He gave me the coin, and so then I jokingly told people that I got the 509th Infantry coin for aiding and abetting the enemy. I got a coin from 509th, something
Nice.
that very, very few people outside of 509th are going to get one of those coins for. Mm-hmm. I was very pleased with that one.
It's surprising how certain ribbons hold different levels of value to the soldier or Marine.
Wasn't it Napoleon Bonaparte said men will fight and die for a little piece of colored ribbon?
You and I both got the National Defense Ribbon. We don't care. You pretty much get that for signing up.
You get it for graduating basic training.
You got your Iraq Service Medal, which I guess holds a little bit more value.
Whatever, it doesn't really matter. It shows that I was in Iraq.
I got a good behavior ribbon, so I spent 3 or 4 years without getting into a drunken brawl or punching my commanding officer.
Yep.
I think the award
Is that like the norm? Like, I understand if it's one thing if it happens often, but is that like the expected thing? Like, to the point where if you don't do that, you then get rewarded? Interesting.
award that means the most to me is the Expert Marksman Award that I received in boot camp. Because I was in basic training for 3 months in California, and it only rained one day while I was there, on Rifle Qualification Day.
Ah, perfect.
So I'm trying to aim at this target 500 yards down the range while I'm being pelted in the face by this ice-cold rain, and I hit Expert Marksman. I hit my shots that day. The thing that stood out to me was that the range officer handed me an expert marksmanship medal that he had on him. I didn't have to buy mine like everybody else. He just randomly gave it to me for...
Wait, you have to pay for them? You have to buy them? What? It's like if you don't just earn it and it's given to you, you have to pay for it? What? Did I hear that right? Hang on a second. So he earned a marksman, he earned a marksman badge.
I didn't have to buy mine like everybody
You have
else.
to buy it?
He just randomly gave it to me for doing
That's
this.
really cool.
Yeah. It's one of my... I don't have very many fond memories of boot camp, but that one stands out to me.
While I was in basic training, we came back from one of the ranges, one of the longer ones. Spent 4 days out in the field. We'd done a bunch of shooting with our M16s, stuff like that. I sat down on the floor, and I took my M16 apart, and I started cleaning it. And I was like, it's got to be clean. I'm going to have to turn it in eventually, so I'm going to clean it, because I just fired a bunch of rounds through it and a bunch of blanks through it.
You were preemptively cleaning it because you knew you'd have to turn it in.
Also, we had come back. The drill sergeant had said, okay, well, get your stuff cleaned up, get your stuff taken care of, get laundry ready to go out, do whatever. Do stuff. Be productive. So I'm sitting on the floor cleaning my M16. I suddenly realized that I couldn't hear anything. And I looked up, and I realized that it wasn't because my hearing had gone away. It was because everybody had fallen asleep. And I'm kind of struggling to stay awake, but it's like I'm busying myself with cleaning my M16, and also, it's a burst fire gun, so of course I'm excited about any time I get to do anything with it. I had never handled an AR-15 before I went into the military, or an M16, so I was just excited anytime I got to do anything with this gun.
Your excitement for having an assault weapon in your hands was fighting your exhaustion.
Yeah, so I was just diligently cleaning this thing, and I realized everybody's asleep. Right as I realize this, I look up, and one of the drill sergeants walks into the bay. And the moment a drill sergeant walks into the bay, the first person to see them is supposed to jump up, stand at parade rest, and yell, "at ease," and then everybody has to jump and stand on the line. I'm about to jump up, and he looks at me and points, and it says really quietly, "Don't you say another fucking word."
Yeah.
And I immediately shit my pants, because I am terrified now. And I just nod. He gives me the thumbs up, writes down my name on a piece of paper, and for a second I'm like, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. He goes around, he writes down the names of like 6 or 7 other people that are still awake, cleaning their guns or doing something. Does the same thing to every single one of them. I basically got a out. That was like all I could do. It was make a small squeak. Because I did that, nobody else had heard anything. So every single other person does like the exact same thing. You just hear 6 or 7 just from like different places inside the bay. He walks out, and I just keep cleaning my rifle. I just won't say anything. I know I'm being a Blue Falcon right now, but I don't want to get yelled at by this drill sergeant.
It's too late. He's already seen they're all asleep.
5 minutes later, the drill sergeant comes in. I look at him, and he looks at me, and he goes, "Get the fuck up." So I jump up and yell, "At ease!" Immediately, everybody else jumps up. They're bonking their heads on the bunks and, like, falling over, and everybody just, like, staggers in the front. And he just goes, "Hazard, Jenkins," lists off this list, like, we're the ones that are in trouble. And he goes, "You guys stay here. Everybody else get the fuck outside and get in the pit."
Oh no, not the pit. They're gonna make you do exercise.
Oh,
Push-ups, front, back goes, rolling left, right in this pit.
Oh god, and this is like really late at night too, isn't it? I mean, if he's struggling to stay awake cleaning his gun, like I imagine it's probably like 1 or 2 or later in the morning, you know?
I'm just sitting in the barracks room, like, holding the bolt in the sling for my M16 and looking out the window, just going, "I'm sorry! I wish it didn't have to be this way! This is the way it is now."
All right. Okay. Well, those are interesting. You know, I don't personally know a ton of people who have a military experience. At least I haven't personally known anyone since I went to like undergrad. I went to undergrad with a few people who had some military experience, but it's been a minute. And I don't know. It's been a while since I've heard any kind of like stories like this. So it's fun. Having not gone through the boot camp experience myself, it's fun to hear some stories from people what that might have been like. I get the impression that being in boot camp or the military and all is not, sunshine and rainbows. It's an experience, but you get some wild stories out of it for sure. Yeah, Mike Burnfire, and I've never heard that term, being a blue Falcon. I'm assuming that's like a military thing, because I haven't heard that before. Yeah, so I'm sure I'll be watching some more videos from Mike Burnfire here. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more videos of me reacting to his videos. That's what you gotta do: like, share, and subscribe. So, with that being said, thanks again for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.